The coronavirus disease COVID-19 pandemic caused by coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 has resulted in infection of millions of people worldwide. Point-of-care ultrasonography is a bedside imaging tool frequently used in modern clinical practice to support traditional physical examination, guide procedures, diagnose and monitor various pathologic states. This is an educational video to illustrate the utility of point-of-care ultrasonography for patients with COVID-19. In patients with COVID-19, lung ultrasonography is indicated for screening, diagnosis, and monitoring of lung disease. Both tracheal and lung ultrasonography are indicated for evaluation of endotracheal tube position, lung and focused cardiac ultrasonography for confirmation of central venous catheter position and ruling out pneumothorax. Diagnostic focused cardiac ultrasonography outside of central venous catheter placement will not be discussed on this video. Point-of-care ultrasonography, which is performed and interpreted by the clinician at the bedside, can potentially decrease the risk of exposure of healthcare workers such as radiology technicians to the virus, as well as decrease the use of hospital resources for the following reasons. It does not require patient transportation out of the room. It reduces or eliminates the use of chest radiographs for evaluation of lung disease, endotracheal tube position, and central venous catheter placement. It complements and may reduce the use of chest computed tomography for the evaluation of lung disease. Ultrasound machines are disinfected easily and rapidly compared to chest radiograph, computed tomography machines, and radiology suites. In addition, COVID-19 is such a dynamic disease where patients can deteriorate rapidly. Point-of-care ultrasonography is a valuable tool that enhances the clinician's reassessment at the bedside. Lastly, point-of-care ultrasonography allows for evaluation of medical intervention such as titration of positive and expiratory pressure and pronin. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment according to your local institution policy. Examples of such equipment include a face shield with a fit-tested N95 respirator, isolation gown, and a pair of gloves. You will need an ultrasound machine with 2D and M-mode modalities, phased array, microcurvilinear or linear probes, ultrasound transmission gel, and a transparent plastic probe cover. For the evaluation of COVID-19 lung disease, place the patient in a supine, semi-recumbent position with the thorax exposed. The choice of the ultrasound probe depends on the operator's preference. The linear high-frequency probe allows for high resolution of the pleural line. The phased array and microconvex low-frequency probes provide better visualization of B-lines and consolidations. The probe must be placed perpendicular to the chest wall with the orientation marker pointing toward cephalad or 12 o'clock. A comprehensive lung examination consists of 12 thoracic zones, 6 on each hemithorax, with particular focus on the posterior chest. The anterior chest is divided into upper anterior and lower anterior. The lateral chest into upper lateral and lower lateral. And the posterior chest into upper posterior and lower posterior. If possible, perform the lung examination with a patient in a sitting position, since this position allows for an optimal evaluation of the lower posterior zones, where findings of COVID-19 lung disease are most commonly seen. Under normal conditions, the pleural line is seen as a smooth, uninterrupted, hyperechoic horizontal line. A-lines, which are repetitive, equidistant, hyperechoic, horizontal lines below the pleural line, are seen in all thoracic regions. Early in the COVID-19 lung disease process, B-lines are the main pathologic finding. B-lines are vertical, hyperechoic, laser-like artifacts that originate from the pleural line and terminate at the bottom of the screen, move with respiration, and erase A-lines. 3 or more B-lines per intercostal space in 2 or more areas in each hemithorax are pathologic and indicate the presence of alveolar interstitial syndrome. Early in the disease, B-lines appear bilaterally with a heterogeneous distribution, that is, in some areas, mostly the lower posterior zones, numerous B-lines are seen, while in some other areas only A-lines are visualized. As the lung disease progresses, B-lines increase in quantity until they start coalescing, forming thicker and brighter vertical lines. In severe cases, the coalescing B-lines become more numerous and the distance between them narrower, giving the appearance of a white lung. The pleural line becomes irregular and fragmented as a result of the irregular junction between consolidated and aerated lung on the periphery. As peripheral consolidations evolve, small consolidations can be seen right below the pleura. At this point, patients fit classic lung ultrasonographic findings of acute respiratory distress syndrome, that is, non-homogeneous distribution of B lines, absent or reduced lung sliding, abnormal pleural line that is irregular, thickened, and fragmented, anterior subpleural consolidations, and spared areas of normal lung parenchyma. One exception from this definition is that in COVID-19 lung disease, subpleural consolidations are mostly seen over the posterior areas. For confirmation of endotracheal tube position, tracheal and lung ultrasonography are used together. The linear high-frequency probe is appropriate for both evaluations. For tracheal ultrasonography, place the probe above the suprasternal notch, perpendicular to the trachea, on a transverse orientation. If possible, start scanning before intubating the patient and maintain a good image during and after intubation. The anterior part of the trachea is seen as a hyperechoic air mucosa interface with reverberation artifact posteriorly. This image is known as the comet tail artifact. The esophagus is usually located posterior and to the side of the trachea, and under normal circumstances, it is collapsed and not seen with ultrasonography. Endotracheal intubation is seen as a single comet tail artifact, that is, the one created by the anterior air mucosa interface of the trachea. In contrast, esophageal intubation is seen as a double comet tail artifact, where one comet tail artifact is that of the trachea, and the other comet tail artifact is created by the endotracheal tube that is located inside the esophagus, creating a second air mucosa interface that mimics an airway. A twisting motion of the endotracheal tube may also improve visibility. For lung ultrasonography, place the probe over the upper anterior thoracic zones and evaluate for lung sliding and lung pulse while providing ventilation to the patient. Endotracheal intubation is seen as bilateral presence of lung sliding, also known as seashore sign. Endobronchial or mainstem intubation is seen as unilateral presence of lung sliding with contralateral absence of lung sliding, also known as barcode sign, and presence of lung pulse. Esophageal intubation is seen as bilateral absence of lung sliding or barcode sign and presence of lung pulse. The table summarizes the integration of tracheal and lung ultrasonographic findings for the diagnosis of endotracheal, endobronchial, and esophageal intubation. For confirmation of appropriate central venous catheter position, focused cardiac ultrasonography using the subcostal 4-chamber view is employed for the saline flush test. Place the phased array probe over the subcostal window and obtain an appropriate view of the right atrium. Rapidly inject a flush of 10 ml of agitated normal saline in the distal port of the central venous catheter. If the catheter is correctly positioned, that is, the tip of the catheter is located between the superior vena cava and the right atrium, the rapid atrial swell sign is seen as a transient opacification of the right atrium within 2 seconds of injecting agitated normal saline. Absence of the rapid atrial swell sign suggests that the central venous catheter is more positioned and the tip of the catheter may be in the internal jugular, subclavian, or brachiocephalic vein. If the atrial swell sign is never seen after injecting the flush, the tip of the catheter may be in an artery or in the extravascular space. Lung ultrasonography can be used to rule out pneumothorax as a complication of central venous catheter placement. The presence of either B lines, lung sliding, or lung pulse accurately rule out pneumothorax. The presence of A lines, the absence of lung sliding, and presence of lung point over the same lung zone confirm the diagnosis of pneumothorax. The absence of lung sliding is not specific to pneumothorax since it can be seen in acute respiratory distress syndrome, major atelectasis, endobronchial intubation, apnea, cardiopulmonary arrest, among others. Limitations include operator experience and the paucity of studies evaluating the accuracy of lung ultrasonography for COVID-19 lung disease. The coronavirus disease pandemic has caused a tremendous burden on the healthcare system and our society. Point-of-care ultrasonography appears as a valuable alternative that can help reduce exposure of healthcare workers to the virus and the use of personal protective equipment. Clinicians proficient in point-of-care ultrasonography should include this imaging tool in their arsenal when taking care of patients with COVID-19.